Hello guys, today I'm reviewing SH Figuarts and Gohan Kid Era, or Namek and Saiyan Saga Gohan. So, taking a look at this figure, he looks pretty cool. But, is he great? That's what we're going to find out today. So, we're going to start off with the articulation. His arms go up about this much, just using his shoulder. It goes around a good amount. He can get his arms forward pretty good. Not exactly touching, barely touching, but yeah. He has elbow joints, so he can do that. It does not go extremely high, but it goes good enough for you to get most poses you would with this guy. His torso articulation is kind of weird. So without using the thing I'm about to talk about, he doesn't go forward like at all. But if you pull up, he reveals like a little joint there that gets him a lot more articulation. But it's very strange because it looks reveals the back, which looks really weird, except from very certain angles. But other than that, that's pretty useful. His legs go out this far, so he can't do the splits very great. He can do some splits. His knee articulation goes about that much. His toe articulation is actually pretty good. So instead of just a normal up, like, he goes all the way up like that. And then he also has downwards toe articulation, which we've pretty much never seen on a Dragon Ball SH figure. I think that's weird, but his legs go out about that much straight. It's not amazing, but this is when SH figures were just starting to make these kind of small figures, or they're still trying to figure it out at this point. But in terms of that, his articulation is pretty decent. He has a basic wrist joint here. His feet don't look like they articulate well, but in fact they do. They articulate about that much. They go back and forth, boot swivel about that much. His head is actually highly articulated. A lot like the chest, he can go up so he can look down more. He can look down actually a lot using that, but other than that, he cannot look up with this head sculpt. Like, that's as high as I can get it to look up. Not great. Looking forward, his head is fine at looking forward. It goes full 360. Now, in terms of the head articulation itself with this hair sculpt, the back of the hair sculpt ponytail is actually completely articulated. You can get, as far as a ponytail goes, you can pretty much articulate it pretty well for a ponytail. But to remove his faceplates and exchange them, you just need to take off this hair piece, and then you can remove it like that. Now, let's talk about the face sculpts. So it comes with this basic, just kind of frowny face. Then he comes with a very angry, screaming face. Then a scared face, of course. And then we got an extra not happy face. Grr. So he does come with a second head sculpt other than this. He comes with this hair sculpt, which is the bowl cut. And this is how it looks by itself. When you put it faceplate on, it looks good. Not as good as a long hair, in my opinion. It looks fine on the figure. Now, you might be asking, well, does it help him look up? Because his ponytail really did hinder his looking upwards articulation. And, surprisingly, no. I think it's how long his bowl cut is, but he does not look up. He does look down just as well, though. Now, in terms of the actual peg articulation, we got this weird triple joint peg, which I've never seen before. And it's very articulated for a neck peg. Obviously, you can see that it's not really made to look up that much based on like how far of a head sculpt would be based on that, but it does look down a lot. Now, he does come with plenty of hands, but he does come with a Dragon Ball and a hand to hold his Dragon Radar. He comes with the hand holding hands, the open hands, the other kind of grip hands for the Dragon Ball, the fighting hands, they're so small, the Dragon Raider gripping hands, and then obviously fists. And this figure visually is actually, in my opinion, very good. The face sculpts are actually excellent with the way they depict very closely to how they look in the anime by the time they're drawing these kinds of faces. It definitely looks like the Saiyan Saga. It doesn't look like the Namek Saga as much, but it definitely looks like the Saiyan Saga. But let's be real here. Most people prefer this hair, so if you don't, then yeah. But I do think this figure is very cool. If your budget on these figures is pretty low, then I think this figure is not probably not your number one choice, but this figure is definitely, I do recommend this figure. He articulates pretty decently because it's an SH figure, of course. He looks excellent, but I'll say it now, this figure is not cheap. We got this from eBay for really high. It's a lot on the aftermarket, like 90 or even more. It definitely is pretty expensive for this kind of figure. But that's the Son Gohan Kid Era SH Figuarts for you. There you go. Bye. Have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed the video.